Alhamdulillah, fine.
So, good evening to all of you. Okay. Welcome to Gulf Academy of Safety for your NEBOSH IGC course. Myself, Mohammed Mansoor Shamshi. I am a Grad IOSH member. I am in the teaching field for the last 5 years. Before that, I used to work in Saudi Arabia, Kuwait, and Qatar. Okay. So this is my introduction. So what we'll do is we'll have a small introduction from your side also, right? Then we'll start the class. In the introduction, you will be having your name, your qualification, right? And if you are working, then on what job you are. Okay. So shall we start?
Yes, sir. Okay.
So let's start with Mr. Mohammed Sohail.
Hi, sir.
Hi.
Sir, hi, sir. My name is Mohammed Sohail.
Okay.
And I have completed my intermediate.
Mm-hmm.
And I have completed NEBOSH SW.
Mm-hmm.
Currently, I am doing in construction
Mm-hmm.
as a safety officer.
Good.
In firefighting.
In India?
In India, fire watcher.
Good. Okay. So next is, who is this SKF? Who is this?
Assalamu alaikum, sir.
Sam. Can I have your video? All of you open your videos. Yeah, Mr. SKF. What is your full name?
Myself, Sheikh Farooq, sir.
Good. Okay.
I'm working in KSA in King Abdullah Financial District as a safety officer.
Mm-hmm.
So last 10 years I am here in Saudi Arabia. Now I'm appearing second or third time IG1 exam.
Mm-hmm.
I attend before your classes also, sir. But unfortunately I got 41 and less than like this. So I am reappearing my exam. Inshallah, I will go through.
Inshallah, this time you have to pass.
Yes, inshallah.
Right. Yes. Next, Khaja Moinuddin Sayyed. Hello. Unmute yourself, Mr. Khaja. Khaja, unmute yourself. Hello.
Yes, sir. Assalamu alaikum.
Yeah. Everyone can hear me, right?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Yes,
Khaja,
sir.
give me your introduction.
Yes, sir. आवाज आ रही है? Can you hear me, sir?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. Assalamu alaikum.
Yes.
Ji.
Your introduction. What is your name, your qualification, if you're working, where you're working, what is your job profile?
Yes, sir. My name is Sayyid Khaja Moinuddin, and I'm working here in Kuwait. Right now, presently, I'm in Kuwait, and I'm working in a European company. The name is Texera Duarte. The company project is in Kuwait, and they are working for a wastewater treatment plant. And I've been working here for 2 years. I have already completed my NEBOSH HSW from Gulf Academy in 2018. And after that, I came to Kuwait and I got this job opportunity. Now, for like project is going to end in next year. So I'm looking for another job. So before going for a job, I want to update my CV. So I want to do NEBOSH IGC.
Good. Okay, Mr. Siddiqui.
Yes. Assalamu alaikum.
This is my first time.
Okay.
Yes, Assalamu alaikum, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is Mohammed.
Okay.
Yes.
So your qualification, your job.
My qualification intermediate, and I have done ITI diploma in civil engineering.
Hmm.
Right now, I am in Hyderabad and I'm doing business, printing press business.
Mhm.
Yes.
Good. It's Mr. Huda. Mr. Huda.
Yes, Sayyid from Manul Huda here from
Yeah.
Kuwait. And I'm in Kuwait since 2014. And presently I'm working in Khalid Al Kharafi. It's a school accommodation project. And I am a BE mechanical.
Okay. Good. Mr. Naresh.
Sir, good evening, sir.
Good evening.
My name is Naresh. I have completed my BTech in Electrical and Electronics specialization. Present time I am working in a EMS local manufacturing and service limited as a safety engineer, sir.
Hmm. Okay. Gautam Reddy. Mr. Huda, mute yourself.
Civil engineering.
Mhm. Yeah, Mr. Gautam, continue.
I have completed my BTech in civil engineering. Want to learn this course.
Okay. Sachin. Amir Khan.
Yes, Assalamu alaikum.
Yes.
Yeah, myself Amir Khan.
Mhm.
I'm from Gulbarga and I've completed my civil BE in right now. This year, I have completed my civil engineering this year. So I was looking forward to, go into safety.
Mhm. Good. Okay. So Muhammad Fayyaz. Mr. Muhammad Fayyaz. Sanad Al Hashmi.
Hello. Salam.
Yeah, Mr. Sanad.
Hello, Mohammed. How are you? Hello. Who is talking now?
Hello, sir.
Yeah, Mr. Sanad.
Hello.
Yes, my name is Sanad Al Hashmi. I am from Oman. I am an HSC advisor. So I decided to take a NEBOSH course for this position. Yes.
Yeah, Mr. Muhammad Fayyaz. Muhammad Fayyaz. Not there.
I'm here, sir. Assalamu alaikum.
Alan.
How are you, sir?
Good.
Sir, I'm the graduation qualification. I was working in Saudi Arab last 10 years. I am a safety manager from Royal Commission. So I want to be complete my
So you're working in Royal Commission?
Yes, I'm approved from Royal Commission.
Where? Yambu or which city?
No, Jubail, in Jubail.
Jubail.
Jubail industrial area.
Okay. Good.
Working in
Your voice is breaking, Mr. Fayaz. Yeah, Mr. Sachin, the Kulgi. Mr. Sachin.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening. Yeah, your introduction, your name, your qualification.
I am a completed diploma in fire and safety engineering, sir. I have job in 1 year experience in Solapur district.
Okay. Sachin Subhakar. Mr. Sachin Subhakar. Shaban Iqbal. Sunil Tiwari.
Yes, Assalamu alaikum.
Ram.
Are you hearing me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Hello.
Yeah, I can hear you, Mr. Shaban.
Hello.
Mr. Shaban, I can hear you.
Yes.
So your name, your qualification. Okay. So this is what we have, right? So we'll start with our subject, right? First we will
Yes,
they will be having introduction.
I'm Shaban Iqbal. My qualification is BE Mechanical Engineer. Currently, I'm living in Kuwait.
Okay, thanks. Right. So today we'll start with open book examination, introduction to open book examination. Okay. We'll be discussing about how it will be, what you have to do, the do's and don'ts of the open book examination. Right. We'll be starting with that. And if time permits, we'll start with our element also. So what I suggest you is that all of you mute all your microphones. Okay. And what I suggest you, one more thing is that keep your pen and paper ready with you. Wherever you have doubts, make a note of the doubts. Once we complete our session, okay, we'll be having a doubt clearance session. We'll be having a doubt clearance session. In that, whatever the doubts you have, we'll be discussing about it. Right, everyone? Okay, all of you?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, sir.
So let's start. Right. So it is about NEBOSH open book examination. Now, this open book examination, basically it started in 2020 at the time of lockdown. And before that, the NEBOSH examination was conducted in a hotel, okay, with invigilation. And there used to be invigilators, and it was only 2 hours time you have to complete that paper. But you know that unexpectedly, in 2020, the complete world was on a shutdown. Institutes, schools, colleges, everything were being closed down. The businesses were also closed down. Okay. So the NEBOSH wanted this opportunity not to be missed by the learners. So they have came up with this idea of having open book examination, which for us as an Indians, for us it is a new one. But for European countries, US, UK, all these people, they have this open book examination from the school itself. Okay, from the school standard itself, they have it. So how we will be having this open book examination, we will be discussing about it. Okay, in this we will be discussing about what actually is open book examination, how you have to attempt it, where you can attempt it, and what are the do's and don'ts of this examination. We will be clearly discussing about it. So open book examination basically is a 24 hours work, okay, where whatever the knowledge you have gained throughout these classes, you will be putting that in practical. That means you will be putting that the knowledge which you have gained, you will be putting it on paper practically. And it is, you will be given 24 hours time to complete this examination. Mostly it is a scenario based question paper. I hope scenario you may understand it, or if you want to have a clear idea about scenario, if you remember in the school days, we used to have an English examination in which we used to have a passage. Right? we used to have a passage. They used to give us some passage to us, and below that they used to give us questions, and we have to answer it from the passage. So it is just similar to like that. A scenario-based question paper will be given to you, which will be completely based on your subject only. Okay? Out of subject, nothing will be asked to you. Everything will be asked from your subject only. No out of syllabus questions. The scenario also, they prepare the scenario in such a way that whatever knowledge you have gained through these classes, it will be put it in the scenario. Everything will be in a scenario, right? And it will be related to your subject only. General questions, out of the questions will not be asked to you. Out of the syllabus questions will not be asked. So you will be provided with 24 hours time. So within that 24 hours time, you have to understand the scenario, okay? And whatever the questions are being given to you, you have to answer them. And open book examination means you are being given a free hand, okay, but with some restrictions. Free hand doesn't mean that you have a complete freedom. You have freedom, but with some restrictions. So what are the restrictions, the do's and don'ts of the open book examination? We will be discussing in the coming talk. Okay. So it will be an open book examination. As I told you, it is for 24 hours time. Okay. And you can take this examination from any part of the world. You can appear for this examination from any part of the world. The condition is, first, you have to get registered for the NEBOSH examination. You have to get registered for the NEBOSH examination. Then once you get registered, from whichever country you are in, from there you have to get registered. That is also through us, through the learning partners. We are called as learning partners. So through us you have to get registered. And once you get registered, you will get an email from NEBOSH. You will get an email from NEBOSH, which will be most probably 3 days minimum, or 1 week. 1 week or 3 days before the examination, you will get an email from NEBOSH. In that email, you have an exam, online exam portal, and a website address will be given to you, and user ID and password will be given to you. User ID and password. Now the user ID password, NEBOSH will provide you with a NEBOSH user ID, like it will be in numeric, like your learner number. Like for example, we have gone through our school examinations, intermediate examinations, your graduations, post graduations. We used to have a hall ticket number, right? If you remember, we used to have a hall ticket number. So here also we have a learner number, which is of 8 digits will be there. It starts with 006. The new series is 7. It has started. Okay. So like 007, 1, 2, 3, 4. How many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 digits number will be given to you. This is the learner number you have, or it is the user ID you have. This is the user ID, you can call it user ID or username. Plus, with this, a temporary password will be provided to you. In the email itself, you have a temporary password. So what you have to do is, whenever you get registered, as I told you that 1 week before or 3 days before, you will be getting this email directly from the NEBOSH. You will get this email directly from NEBOSH once you get registered only for the coming examination. For example, if you are going to register in November examination, you will get before 1 week before the examination or 3 days before your examination, you will get a mail from NEBOSH. If you are going to register, if you are going to attempt the examination in December, so now you will not get it. Once you get it registered for December examination, then they will send it to you. Okay. So this is for the new learners in a post registration. The persons who have already appeared for the examinations, who are reappearing for the examination. I repeat again, whoever are reappearing for the examination, they will not get any mail from NEBOSH. The reason is because they already had that email. Previously also they have sent it to you. So in that you have user ID, password, everything will be there, right? You have changed your password and everything. So for reappearing people, learners, you will not get any mail. Simply you have to use your previous user ID and password. So a temporary user password will be given to you. You have to just log in. Okay? And when you click on login, automatically the system will ask you to change the password. Automatically, the system will ask you to change the password. So what I suggest you is that before changing the password, make a note of it. And whatever the password you are going to change, first make a note of that password so that you may remember. Right? Because you have to, when you are changing the password, you have to retype the password again. So if it mismatches, again, it will be wrong and your ID may be blocked. You will not be able to open it. Okay. So what I suggest you is that when you use the temporary password to log in into your user ID onto that online exam portal, okay, once you click on login, it will ask you to change for the password. So whatever the password you have written down to make a change, right? Use that and change your password. And do it as soon as possible you receive that email from NEBOSH. Don't wait till the examination day. Do not wait till the examination day. Why I am telling you is that because on the examination day, you know that the server will be busy. Why? Because it is a universal examination. Throughout the world, everyone will be attempting their examination. So possibly it may not happen, but maybe the server may be busy or sometimes some server may be down. Okay, so you may have issues with that. So you may lose time. So to avoid that loss of time, so what you have to do is once you receive this email, so make a habit that regularly check your emails once you get registered from NEBOSH. Okay, regularly check your or daily or every 2 days check your emails to see that the NEBOSH has sent you that link and password, user ID and password or not. So I will show you how this user ID link will look like. Just give me a moment. This is how it looks like. Basically, this is my user ID. So here, user ID or email is given to you. So as I told you that when you open the NEBOSH email, you will find this website, which I have highlighted. You'll find this website. Just if you click on this website, this page will open for you. So once this page is open, right? As I told you that in the email, you have a user ID, username, that is 8-digit number will be there, numeric.
Excuse me, Mohammed.
Type it.
We cannot see your screen.
You cannot see?
No, I cannot see your screen now.
Others, can you see my screen?
Yes, sir.
Screen is visible. Yes, we can see.
The website is visible, right?
screen is visible, but your picture is showing in big size, and display size is showing on small
This
size.
is not my picture. This is the NEBOSH website portal's picture is
Yes,
there.
and it is a NEBOSH picture. It is
like that only. We cannot resize it.
Okay, 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 sir.
Now, if you see here, you can find the NEBOSH logo here. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Then below that,
Yes,
you
sir.
have a user name here. A box is there, text box. So here you have to type your user ID. Right? Okay, so like this, you have to type it. Not, I'm showing you an example that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's not the user ID. Okay, so whatever the user ID you get, you have to type it there. And if you see here below that, you will have a password box.
Yes, sir.
Box. So in that, whatever the temporary password they have provided to you, first type it. Then once you click on login, the system automatically prompts you to change the password. So as I suggested you that whatever the password you are going to change, first make a note of it. Write down in your important diary. Okay. And then the same password, you type it here, retype, and again press on login. Your password will change and you will be logged in into your system. Okay. So like this, your page will look like this. And in this, on the day of examination, your question paper and your answer sheet, all the documents related to your exam will be present. Okay, right. So this is about user ID and password. So we continue with this. So as I told you that you will get a mail from the NEBOSH. So you have to follow the process and change that user ID and password and keep ready for the examination. And it is not restricted.
Excuse me, sir.
I told you that whatever the doubts you have, make a note of it, all the doubts. Once we complete our session, we will be having our doubts clearance.
Okay, sir. Okay.
Right now, so once you change your password, and to check every day or every 2 days, you can log in and you can get familiar with the website. So there are no restrictions that once you have changed the password or once you are logged in again, you cannot log in. Nothing like that. N number of times you can log in, but you should have the right password with you. Okay. So this is how you will be accessing the open book examination. So on the day of examination, you will be in that when you log in, you will see the question paper, the answer sheet, and if the NEBOSH requires any document to be provided to you, they will be that also will be attached in your user ID. So what you have to do is on the day of examination, once you open it, okay, download the question paper, download the answer paper, and if any document is there, that also you can download it. Okay, download on the desktop. And remember, when you are attempting the examination, remember, when you are going to attempt for the NEBOSH IGC examination, do not attempt from your mobile phones. Do not attempt the examination from mobile phones. Why? Because there are reasons for that. First thing is, you will not be able to upload that answer sheet from mobile phones. Okay. So if you don't have laptops or desktops, okay, on the day of examination or before that, any one of your friend or any of your colleagues are having this laptop or desktop, request them and borrow it from them. You have to attempt your examination only on laptop or a desktop. I repeat again, do not attempt your examination from your mobile phones. Mobile phones, it will be downloaded. The question paper, the answer sheet, everything will be downloaded. You can be able to type it also. But when you're going to upload, your answer sheet will not be uploaded from the mobile phone. So do not use mobile phones on the day of examination. So this is how you will be accessing the open book examination. And the format, as I told you, that it will be 24 hours. It is your research work completely. Okay. Whatever you have gained the knowledge, whatever the course material is being provided to you, from whatever the online sources you can get the information, you can collect the information and attempt your examination, but with condition. Okay. So a scenario will be given to you. So you have to understand the scenario first and then start answering the questions. Now, will I still need to revise? You know that it's an open book examination. Most of the people, I'm not making you afraid, okay? But most of the people, they will be overconfident, saying that it is an open book examination. We can, even if you don't revise also, nothing will happen. We can see in the book and write down. Of course, you can do it. But at least to find out from where the question has been asked, you should be familiar with the content from where the question has been asked. Like, for example, if the question is being asked from element 2, so when you revise on a daily basis, you will be able to understand from where the question has been asked. From where the question has been asked, you will be easily able to understand it. So it will click you directly that, okay, this question is asked from element 2, from this topic. So what we'll do, you will open directly the book, you will look at the content, you will understand the content and write down in your own words. Okay. So you should be familiar with the subject. So to become familiar with the subject, you have to daily revise it. Then, how long do I have to complete my examination? As I told you that it is 24 hours time. Now, 24 hours time means you may have a question that how these 24 hours will start. Okay. Now, for example, like examination time starts from UK time, not India time or Gulf countries or wherever you are, not from that time. They start the examination from UK time. Okay. Now, I hope everyone is having smartphones, right? So what I suggest you is that in the smartphone, you have a clock app is there. Time clock is there, right? Application is there. Clock application is there. So in that clock, the world time is there. In the world time, add the clock for UK. Add the clock for UK, London. It will show you the difference. And for example, as I told you that what you can say, the open book examination will start at UK timing. So what is the UK timing? They will start 11 o'clock in the morning. 11 o'clock in the morning, they will start the examination. They will release the paper in that user ID, not on email ID. Remember, don't wait for the examination that I will get a question paper on my email. No. As I told you that before the examination, they will send you a online web portal. Examination portal will be, website will be sent to you. Okay, sent to you. User ID and password will be sent to you. So on the day of examination, you have to click on that website. A page will open. You have to enter your user ID, password, and if you log in that login user ID, it will show you the question paper, the answer sheet, and the related documents. So you have to download it, and then you have to start writing in that same file which is being provided to you. Okay, so as I told you that it will start at 11 o'clock India time. So 11 o'clock, sorry, UK time. 11 o'clock UK time means for India it is 5.5 hours difference, right? In winter. So 11 means 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 3:30 or 4 o'clock India time. 3:30 or 4 o'clock India time, evening, afternoon you can say. Okay, you will get the exam paper. Okay, right? So 11 o'clock UK time, a paper will be there in your user ID. And one more thing, remember here. Now, some people may think that, like, for example, some of the people, they think that when I do not log in into my user ID and password, when I don't open that website, maybe my time will not be counted. Most of the people, they have this question like this. They think that, like, if I don't, for example, as a Mansoor, I'm going to attempt the examination on November 2nd. Example. Now, let's say that I know that the time is 11 o'clock UK time. 11 o'clock UK time is 3:30 India time. So let's say that I thought, or I think that may be possible that if I don't log in onto that website, my time will not start. It is absolutely wrong. It is absolutely wrong. Once they release the paper, you log in or you don't log in, your time starts. Your time starts. You log in or you don't log in. 11 o'clock UK time, paper will be released. That's it. From there, your 24 hours time clock starts. Okay. So don't be in illusions that if I don't open my website, if I don't log in, my time will not start. I will have extra time. No. You log in or you don't log in, your time starts from the time the paper is being released on UK time, 11 o'clock. Right? So you will be having 24 hours time. Means, for example, if I'm writing my examination on 2nd November 2022, it starts at 3:30 p.m. afternoon India time. So 3rd November 2022, 3:30 p.m. my time is closed, finished. So within this time, you have to answer all the questions and upload it. Now, so 24 hours time means you have to utilize it properly. For that, what I suggest you is first you check your internet connectivity. Before that, as I told you that you should have a laptop or a desktop. Laptop or desktop with good internet connectivity should be there. Okay. And for 24 hours, it doesn't mean 24 hours that means you have to sit in front of the system. No. You can have your breaks, you can have your dinner, you can have your some relaxation and all these things, but don't be too lazy also. Okay. So you plan your 24 hours examination in such a way that your examination will be completed smoothly. Okay. So have your snacks and everything, right? Make sure you have, and sometimes the best thing is first have a draft. Draft means answer all the questions first on a paper or in another Word file. Okay. You know why? Because sometimes you will be changing it. If you don't understand that, or if you remember some more points, you are going to add that point. So have a draft first. Okay. You can amend the answer. You can modify the answers. No, what you can say, there is no restriction for that. You can modify the answers also. And it is not like that once you have written the answer, you cannot touch it. No, you can modify it. So answer all the questions, go through before submitting it, go through each and everything properly, right? Whatever is being asked, have you justified it properly or not? Check again and again that have you justified whatever has been asked to you or not. Check each and everything properly. If you need to modify the answers, go ahead and modify the answers. There is no restrictions. You can modify the answers also. Okay. So before the deadline, you have to submit it. Okay. And for this, you can take the support of your course material from online material. Also, you can take the support from wherever you can get the answer. You can take the support, but only thing is, you should not copy paste. You should not copy paste that directly from the sources. And where do I complete my examination? From your home. Simple answer is from your home you can complete your answer. From your home you can attempt your examination. From any part of the world, wherever you are, you can attempt your examination from your home. The only condition is that you have to have a desktop or a laptop plus a good internet connectivity. Internet connectivity is also only for downloading and uploading of your answer sheet. That's it. Not more than that. Okay. And if you want to have check answers from online, so for that definitely you need an internet. Okay. Now, so before you start your examination time, what do you have to do? Have a separate room, no distractions, no disturbance, right? Well lit, have proper chairs, table for you. Okay. The material, the course material which is being provided to you, and for the online people, once the class is finished, I'll be uploading all the soft copy of all the elements of IGC to you. So you can make a copy of it and keep it with you, ready for that, okay, for your examination. So a chair, a comfortable chair, a comfortable table or a desk, proper lighting has to be there, ventilation has to be there, good lighting, and that refreshment and your time clock. Okay. So this is the preparation you have to do for the examination time. Now the do's and don'ts of your examination. Okay. You can take the support of anything, like your course material, you can take the support. You can take the support of online material. You can take the support of from your magazine, safety magazines, from wherever you can get the answers, you can take the support. Okay. So this is what you can do, the do's of your examination. Now don't is that do not communicate with the learning partner staff on the topic of the assessment. Then on the day of examination, you should not contact your learning partner staff, means your tutor, your what you can say, your tutor should you should not contact your tutor. You should not contact your course advisor. Okay, no one should be contacted, and even if you contact also, we will not be replying. The reason is because our contact numbers are being registered with the NEBOSH. They will be tracking our phones, mobile phones, and everything. So basically, this is one they will be doing. The NEBOSH will be tracking our contacts. First thing. Second thing is, even if you try to contact, our mobile phones will be with the management. So we will not be taking any calls. We will not be there for you on the day of examination. From today till the time of examination, we are there to help you out. From today's date till the time of examination, we are there to help you out. But once the examination time starts, till the exam ends, only that period, you will not be contacting us. Even if you contact also, we will not be replying you. So keep it in mind. Okay, this first thing. Second thing is, do not communicate with your colleagues also, like maybe possible, after this is the first day, from the next day, you will be making friends, or some people are already maybe possible that they are friends with each other. Okay. So on the day of examination, do not communicate with your friends also, that is your colleagues. The reason is because there is a condition for that. We will be discussing about it. Okay. So do not take the help or do not share your answers with any of your colleagues. This second. Third thing is, do not take the support of third-party people. Copyright. There are some people who are proofreaders and copywriters. Mostly you will find in the market that that there are people who will be taking money on your behalf to write the examination. So don't indulge in any these kinds of things, because NEBOSH will be always tracking you, because your contact numbers and your email addresses are also being there with the NEBOSH. So they will be tracking you. And remember, in any case, do not join any unknown WhatsApp group. There are lots of WhatsApp groups nowadays that they are sharing information that pass guarantee. Okay, you pay this much amount, you will be passed in IGC. That basically in some of these group, NEBOSH is spying on you. They are spying on you. Some of the groups are being from NEBOSH also. So that they try to find out that who are the people who are going to have this malpractice things. So never join any group. Remember, Don't share anything in the WhatsApp groups. Don't join any WhatsApp group. You can take it as a warning, because you know that we have seen that some people, and previously 2 or 3 batches before, right? Some people, they have joined these groups, like in that they will be saying that this is the contact number you have. If you want to pass, you know that you can contact us. We will be providing support to you. You have to pay this much thing. And finally, what they happen is the NEBOSH has found out that they are doing malpractice and they are being banned for the life. Banned for the life means you can understand that in his life, he will not be able to attempt any NEBOSH examination from any part of the world. So be careful with these WhatsApp groups. Do not join any WhatsApp group. Even if your friends are suggesting it, decline that request and inform him also that not to join these types of groups. Okay. So this is the don'ts you have of your open book examination. Then do not copy paste directly from the reference books. That's what the main thing of open book examination. You know, most of the people, they will be, they think that open book examination means you can look at the answer and write down. You can copy paste. It's not like that. You can open the book, you can look at the answers, but you should write down in your own words. That's what it is being, the NEBOSH is saying to you. Okay? Do not copy paste directly from the reference book. Use your own words, applying the knowledge gained during the training course. Not copy. Why? Because they have malpractice. Plagiarism software is there with them. Once they keep your file in the plagiarism software, it will show you from where you have copied and how much you have copied. And NEBOSH is very strict at malpractice. If they find that you have done something wrong, which is against the NEBOSH rules and regulations, and a student can be, a learner can be banned for 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, and life ban also. So be careful when you're writing, when you're attending the examination. So that is the reason I told you that it's an open book examination with some restrictions. This is the main restriction you have. So do not copy paste directly from any source. Directly from any source. Now you can have a question that's how the NEBOSH can come to know that I have copy pasted. As I told you that you have given malpractice. Okay, there is a plagiarism software is there. Through that software, they will come to know that from where you have copied. Okay, this is one thing. The other thing is that when you are, you will get an answer sheet from the NEBOSH. It is in the MS Word format. Your answer sheet will be in a MS Word format, and you have to type the answers. No handwritten, nothing. No handwritten, no images, nothing. No scan images, no handwritten examination, nothing. You have to type it in that Word file. So in that Word file, in the last page, you will find a box like this. In that you will have sources of information. In that you will have sources of information. Now, for example, let's say that first answer, you have taken from course material, our course material. You find out the answer from our course material. So you have to mention it here. Answer 1, Gulf Academy of Safety course material. Like that you have to mention. Or let's say that you have find out, let's say the third answer, you have find it on online. Let's say that you have Googled it. Mostly all the answers are present in our course material. We have prepared the course material in such a way that student doesn't need to go for further any other source. The reason is because our course material is being authorized by NEBOSH. It is an approved from NEBOSH. But still, if you want to take the help of online, go ahead, you can take it. There is no restriction for that. So you can go online, okay, Google it, right? And once you Google it, you will get that website address, right? Like this HTTPS, okay, colon, okay, then /, then there will be a web address will be there. So before closing this website, copy this web address. And let's say that, as I told you, that you find out this third answer from online. So here you will be copy pasting that website address. You will be copy pasting that website address there. So with this, the NEBOSH also will come to know that from where you have taken the source. This is the source of information, it is there, right? So you have to provide the source of information for all. Now, for example, let's say that all the answers you got it from our course material. So you can just simply write all the answers from Gulf Academy of Safety course material. If you got it from different sources, you have to mention it there. But it is mandatory, you have to mention this course material, the sources of information for each and every answer. You know, some people may think that if you don't mention that, again you will be you will be under scanner. You have not provided the sources of information, means there is something wrong. So NEBOSH may suspect you. So you have to provide these sources of information, mandatory. So these are the don'ts of your open book examination. Now, how to write your response? As I told you that it is typing. You have to type it in the Word file which is being provided to you. And in each and every box, for each answer, they will provide you a box. For each answer, they will provide you a box. No need to type the question again, or no need to type the answer number again. It's already given to you. First answer, second answer, third answer, for all these boxes are already given to you, provided to you by NEBOSH in the Word file. So in the relevant box, you can write the answers. Typing, only typing, no handwritten, no scan copies. Okay. Then, if you are very much familiar with your subject, it will take 4 to 5 hours of time to complete your answers. But I don't suggest this. If you are very much familiar with the subject, you will be able to complete your question paper in 4 to 5 hours. But as I told you that I will not suggest this. I will not suggest this. Why? Because you know that even if you have completed within 4 to 5 hours, don't blindly submit it. Don't blindly upload it. Recheck once, twice, thrice. Once you're confident that whatever is being asked to you, you have answered them properly. Only that at that time you submit it. So don't be in a too hurry and don't be too late also. Sir had said 24 hours now, 5 minutes before or 10 minutes before we will submit. Don't do that also. The reason is because, as I told you again, it's a universal examination, right? So everyone will be trying to upload their answer sheets. Everyone will be trying to upload their documents. So again, the server may be busy, or server may crash, or it may be down. So you may not be able to upload, or maybe your internet may not be good. So maybe possible that you may not be able to upload your answers, then you will be at the losing side. So don't be in a hurry and don't be too late also. 1 hour or half an hour before, submit it. That's it. And once you submit it, you will get a confirmation that your file has been successfully uploaded. Now, once you get that screen that your file has been successfully uploaded, take a screenshot of it and keep it with you. Now, sometimes what the students will do is that once they see the information, they will delete the file. Don't delete the file. Sometimes when you delete the file, upload will not be done and you will be again losing on the losing side. Okay. So once you get your file has been successfully uploaded, take a screenshot and log out from the website. So as I told you that don't be in a too hurry and don't be too late also. Okay. You plan your 24 hours how it should be. Right. And one more thing is, it is not compulsory that you have to answer one by one. That first answer, then only you have to go for second answer, then only you have to go for third answer. No. Whatever the answers you are getting, you can write down. As I told you that for each and every answer, you have a box. Right? So you can leave the box for that. If you know the second answer first, write down the second answer. Once you know, remember the first answer, you can go for that again for the first answer and they can write down in there. Okay? So don't waste your time. Utilize your time properly. Then, is there any word count for my examination? Yes, of course, there is a word count for your examination. And 3,000 words. And your complete answers put together. Let's say that you are being asked with 8 questions only. 8 questions are being asked to you. So you will be having 8 answers, right? Enough? 8 questions are asked means you will be having 8 answers. So all these 8 answers put together, they should have 3,000 words. Or if it is, if 10 questions are being asked, so your 10 answers together should have 3,000 words. Okay. Now, so how will you count these words? In the word file, when you select the paragraph, when you select the whole answer, at the right hand corner or the left hand corner, you will see there number of words you will see there. You can see, clearly you can see there. Okay. So you can count that and you can write down that and go on adding it for. Now, so your count whole words, the complete answer sheet should have 3,000 words, excluding which is already provided by the NEBOSH. It's wholly, purely your answers only. Whatever the other information is provided by the NEBOSH, they already mention you in that. The 300 words have to be excluded from that. And whatever the already printed on that answer sheet, whatever is printed on the answer sheet, they have counted it and they have mentioned that in your answer sheet itself. So excluding the 300, you have to, excluding that whatever the number of words which you already have it, you have to have this answer. Now for this, maybe you may have a doubt. I will show you an example for this. Okay. Right. Where is it? Just give me a moment. So for example, if you see here, this is the question number 1. This is already printed for you. You see here, these are the headings which are already given to you. This has to be excluded. Now, how will you count these words? Now, let's say that this is the first answer you have. So if you select the first answer, okay, How many it is showing you here? 341 of 3020 words. That means this answer is having 341 words. Right? So you have to go on adding for all the answers. You will get the count, 3000. Right? Now, so how will you distribute these? Sorry. How will you distribute these number of words for all your questions? So as I told you that how many words you have for total, how many words you have?
3000.
3000.
3000.
Your total marks, how much?
100.
Your total marks will be
100.
Right. So 3000 words, how you can distribute these words for each mark? So for 100 marks, you have to write 3000 words, right? To get 100 marks, you have to write 3000 words.
Yes, sir.
So to get 1 mark, how many you have to write? How many remaining here?
30 words.
You have to write 30 words for 1 mark. And to gain 1 mark, you have to write 30 words for that. And that 30 words also should be technical points. You know, some people, what they will do is that they will write down 1 paragraph, then again they will write the 2nd paragraph, and then again they will repeat the paragraphs. Don't do that. You will not get marks for that. And some people write stories, Hollywood stories or Bollywood movie stories they will write. Don't do that also. Right? And remember, when you're writing the answer, it should be to the point. Whatever is asked to you, right? Write down only the technical points will get more marks for you. Okay. So your whole answers put together, the word count should be 3000 words. So to make you easy, I have divided that and distributed that marks, that to get 1 mark, you have to write 30 words. Now let's say that 1 question is for 15 marks. Let's say that 1 question is being given for 15 marks. So how many words you have to write?
450.
450 words you have to write for that.
450 words.
Yes, good. Now, again, when you're writing the answer, the NEBOSH examiner, what he will do is, from the first word you have started writing, from there he will count your numbers and your words.
Okay.
For example, let's say that your question is for 10 marks. Okay, 10 marks.
Okay.
10 marks means you have to write 300 words.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Now let's say that Mr. Jalil.
Yes.
Mute yourself.
Sorry.
Mute your microphone.
Okay.
So 300 words means your answer should start from first word itself. Now let's say that you started writing the answer, right? Till 300th word. Till 300th word. Your answer is not relevant. You have written something else there. You have written unnecessary points there. From the 301st word, you have started writing your answer. Okay. So the NEBOSH examiner will count only this, who will check only this. First word till the 300th word. Even if you have written the right answer from 300 word to n number of words, he will not take into consideration this. He will take only first 300 words. Right? So this is about your word count. And in this word count, you have 10% tolerance. 10% tolerance means 10% up or 10% down. Now 10% means 3000 words, 10% how much it will be? 10% of 300, 3000 how much it will be?
300.
300. So down 300 means if you minus 300 from 3000, how much? 2700. Right?
Yes, sir.
This is minimum words. Average is 3000. Maximum is 3300. Because up 10% plus. So 3000 plus 300, 3300. But what I suggest is don't go for this 2700. Always try to write your answers 3000 to 3300 only. Why I am telling you is that because English is not our native language, right?
Yes.
We will not have sentence formation, good sentence formation or wordings. It may be a problem for us. Okay. So better maintain your word count to 3000 or above 3000 only, up to 3300. So this is about your word count. Now, do I need to practice an open book examination? Yes, you have to practice. For that, we have come up with the new way of this mock exams. Okay, I'll be discussing you about this mock exams at the end. Okay, so you have to practice it for your to get familiar with the scenarios and your questions and answers. We will be having mock tests regularly. Okay. Now, next is standards of behavior NEBOSH expect during an open book examination, and what NEBOSH wants from you. Okay. You are permitted, as we have discussed, you are permitted to refer from your own course notes, revision notes. You can take it from your textbooks. You can take it from online journals, safety publications, or online Google. You can take answers from anywhere, but you should not copy paste. This is the only thing NEBOSH wants from you, that you should not copy paste any answer directly from there. Right? Understand that concept and write down in your own words. Write down in your own words and mention the source of information. In the sources of information, the list you have to give the reference that from where you have taken this answer. You have to definitely mention that source of information. Okay. Right. Now, so you have to require to confirm that it is you have written your exam on your own, or you attempted your exam on your own, right? By giving all the information which is required by the NEBOSH, you have to confirm it. And then once your exam is finished, after 3-4 days, your closing interviews will start. For open book examination, there will be closing interview will be there. And after 3-4 days of the examination, we will be sending you a link, okay, for selecting your closing interview slots, appointment. Okay, closing interview slots booking. Okay. So the closing interview will be taken by us only, from the learning partner staff, not from NEBOSH. So don't worry about that. Okay. So it will be from our side, but we have to follow the NEBOSH rules and regulations. So why? What is the purpose of having closing interview? Remember, first thing for closing interview, there are no marks for closing interview. It is not a viva. It is not a viva. So closing interview does not have any marks. No marks for closing interview. Closing interview is only to check the authenticity of the learner. Right? NEBOSH wants to check that this is the same person who has registered with us, and this is the same person who has attempted this NEBOSH examination. So to check that, they will have a closing interview. So the purpose of the closing interview is to check the authenticity of the student, that I have attempted my own, okay, which will be conducted by the learning partner staff only. And again, it will be online. It will be through Zoom app applications. We will be having a closing interview. It will be not more than 20 minutes. Now, what are the requirements of this closing interview? Now, when you're going to have a closing interview, first thing is you can have closing interview. Remember, there's a difference. When you are attempting the examination, you should do it on desktop or laptop. No use of mobile phones. Okay. But when you are having a closing interview also can also be can be completed on mobile phones. So there is no restriction. Why? Because this is only a question answer session. Right? So you can have only closing interview on mobile phone, not the examination. This first thing, you can do it on mobile phone. And for the closing interview, whenever you book the slot for the closing interview, on the day, on the time, you should be ready with any one of these ID proof, original ID proof, original. No color copies, no Xerox, no mobile phone. Sir, I have my ID proof in the mobile phones, will not work. Remember this. No color Xerox, no Xerox copies, no ID proofs in the mobile phones. It should be a physical original ID proof. It should be a physical original ID proof. It can be a passport. If you have a passport, that is the best ID proof you have. If you have a passport, best ID proof you have. If you don't have a passport, then have more than 2 ID proofs. Like for Indians, you have Aadhaar card, you have driving license, you have PAN card. From these 3, you can have any 2 of them. Aadhaar card, PAN card, driving license. Voter ID also can be acceptable. 4. Out of 4, you can have 2. Voter ID, PAN card, Aadhaar card, driving license. From these 4, any 2. But if you have a passport, that is the best thing you have. Only one is enough if you have a passport. That should be original. I repeat again, no Xerox, no color Xerox, no ID proofs in the phones. Not accepted by NEBOSH rules. Now, there are some people who are working in Gulf countries. I know that. So the persons who are working in Gulf countries, they don't have passports with you. It will be with your sponsors. Right? It will be with your company. So request them, showing them that on so and so date, whatever the mail we sent to you, show them that mail, okay, that we need to have our passport for this closing interview. If they give you, okay. If they don't give you, don't force them. If they give you, honestly, once you complete your closing interview, return it back to your employer. Don't misuse it. If they don't give it, now let's say that mostly it happens in Saudi Arabia that passports will not be given to you until unless if you are leaving the company, like if you're going on a vacation or somewhere else, they may be giving it to you. Till that time, they will not give you the passports. So in that situation, a civil ID will be given to you. Residency permit, we call it as Iqama. So that original Iqama you can show us. And if you have a driving license of that country, you can show the driving license of that country also. Okay. This is the second condition of closing interview. Third is you should have good internet connectivity. So before your closing interview date, check your internet connectivity, because for closing interview, internet connectivity is more important. Most important. Right? Without proper internet connectivity, we cannot complete your closing interviews. So be careful. Make sure that there's a good internet connectivity. If you don't have good internet connectivity in your place, go to the place where you have like your friends, your colleagues, or anywhere you can find the good internet. Request them. Okay, get into that area where you have a good internet connectivity and complete your closing interview. This is second condition. Third condition is that when you are having a closing interview, right? What actually will happen in closing interview? First of all, your ID proof will be cross-checked. The original ID proof will be cross-checked. Second thing is your room will be checked. Now, when you are having a closing interview, again, you should be alone from everyone. You should be separated from all. In a separate room, no one should enter that room till your closing interview is being finished. No one should be there in that room till you complete your closing interview. So make sure that you have a separate room, okay, and accept yourself, right, and your ID proof. No other document should be present, like answer sheet or question paper or your course material. No, nothing should be there. In a room, you should be alone with your ID proof and with your gadget. Gadget means whatever you're using. You're using a smartphone or you're using a laptop. Only that should be there. Nothing more than that. So the interviewer will be asking you some general questions. Okay. Then he will be asking you questions based on your answers only, not out of the box again. Whatever the answers you have written, on that they will ask you questions, you have to answer them, and then your interview will be closed, closing interview, and then finish. Right? So this is about closing interview. So as I told you that you should have a successful internet connectivity. You already have Zoom application with you. Your closing interview will be taken only on Zoom application only. Right? So on the day of closing interview, you should have a good internet connectivity and an original ID proof, and you should be in a separate room. No one should be allowed to get into that room till your closing interview is not finished. No distractions. It should be quiet. Okay. And don't be in a hurry. Don't try to guess the answers when you're answering. Whatever the questions the interviewer is posting to you, listen to the questions carefully. Listen to the questions carefully and answer them. Right? So this is about your open book examination, that is OBE. So just so we'll discuss with the syllabus and then we will have our question answer session. Okay. Now,
excuse me. Can I ask something?
Wait, Mr. Jalil. I told you that once we complete this, when we'll have done, then afterwards we will have the question answer session. Right? Now, so NEBOSH International General Certification will have 2 papers. There are only 2 papers in that. Previously, we used to have 3 papers, 2 theory and 1 practical. but now they have changed it. They have only 2 papers. One is theory, which is scenario-based question paper, and other one is practical, that is your project report. Okay. So overall, in your syllabus, you have 11 elements. 11 elements, you can say 11 lessons. Okay. Out of which IG1, that is theory paper, will have only 4 elements. Okay. And IG2, you have remaining 7 elements. So your IG1 examination is based only on 4 elements. So you have to prepare for your IG1 examination for 4 elements only, not more than that. Whatever the number of questions are being asked to you, they will be asked from only these 4 elements only. So IG1, as I told you, that it is an open book examination. So there are 4 elements: element 1, element 2, element 3, and element 4. Element 1 is why we should manage health and safety at workplace. Element 2 is how health and safety management system look like and how it works. Element 3 is managing risk, understanding people and process. Element 4 is about health and safety monitoring and measuring. Okay. So first is introduction. In that we'll be discussing about some of the definitions like health, safety, welfare. And then we'll be discussing about what are the reasons why we should manage health and safety at workplace. Then we will be discussing about the roles and responsibilities of each and every person in the organization. Then what are the responsibilities of national governments and international bodies. And we'll be discussing about how client and a contractor works together. This is first element. Second element is completely about health and safety management system. And there are different types of health and safety management systems are there. We'll be discussing about that health and safety management system, benefits of health and safety management system, the elements of health and safety management system we'll be discussing. Then element 3 is the largest of all the elements, which is managing risk, understanding people and process. In that we'll be discussing about safety culture and how the safety culture will be of the organization, factors affecting the safety culture of the organization, how you will be identifying the safety culture by indicators, risk assessment, how to carry out a risk assessment, control measures, okay, all this PPE, that safe system of work, permit to work systems, all this we'll be discussing in element 3, that is managing risk, understanding people and process. And the 4th element is about health and safety monitoring and measuring. So these are the only 4 elements you have for IG1 examination. Element 1 to element 4. So you have to prepare for only 4 elements for your theory examination, which is open book examination. Okay. Now, practical, what I told you is a project report. It is from element 5 to element 11. That is 7 elements we have. It is about a project report that you have to prepare. But don't worry for this also. Once we complete our syllabus, we will have one session on this, that how to prepare your IG2 report. In that, I will be showing you how to prepare your IG2 report. So these are the elements which will be covered in IG2, that physical and psychological health. In this, we will be discussing about noise, vibration, radiation, okay, work, mental ill health, substance abuse, violence at work. This will be discussing in element 5. Element 6 is about musculoskeletal health. And in this, we will be discussing about working with computers, manual handling. Okay. So this we will be discussing in that element 6. And element 7 is about chemical and biological agents. In this, we will be discussing about what are the hazardous substances are there in the workplace, how they can harm us, okay, how you will be controlling this. Then element 8 is about your general workplace issues. That is, in this we will be discussing about slip, trip, and fall hazards, work at height. Okay, different types of hazards we will be discussing. And element 9 is about work equipments. The equipments which you are going to use in the workplace. What are their hazards and how you can use them safely. And element 10 is about fire. And element 11 is about electricity. So these are the contents of your IGC. I repeat again, there will be two papers. One is IG1, that is theory, open book examination, scenario based. IG2 is a practical assessment which you have to do it on your company. Okay, it's a project report. Now IG1, as I told you, that total marks will be 100. Total marks will be 100. Out of 100, you have to get 45 marks. Out of 100, you have to get only 45 marks. And the duration will be 24 hours open book examination. You will have 24 hours to complete the examination, which just now we have discussed about open book exam. Question pattern will be scenario based questions. This is your IG1. IG2 is project submission. As I told you that once we complete our syllabus, we will have a session on this IG2. We will be discussing about how to prepare your IG2 report and how to submit it. Okay. So this is about your complete syllabus. IG1 and IG2, that is your IGC, NEBOSH IGC. Yes. Now for the questions, what I want you is that one by one, raise your hands, ask the question, clear your doubts, and keep it with. Sorry. Before go for that, one more. The most important thing. Sorry. The most important thing regarding NEBOSH IGC open book examination. Listen carefully, all of you. 100% attendance is mandatory. Compulsory, you have to attend all the classes. If you have any exception, like, that possibly it may happen that there may be some emergency. I know that some people are working and due to work, they will not be able to attend the class. That is other situation. But in any case, the minimum is 80% attendance you should have. 80% attendance you should have. These are the instructions from NEBOSH. Listen carefully. 100% is compulsory, mandatory. Minimum is 80%. Second thing is, regularly on daily basis, we will be having assessments. And like mock test. And once we complete our topic on one of the day which we have taken the class, for example, now after this, I will be starting element 1, possibly, if time permits. Okay. So whatever we have completed in element 1 till today, I will be posting the questions in the Telegram channel. I hope everyone has joined the Telegram channel.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Not joined? Ask.
Yes, sir.
Ask your course advisors to let them join this channel. Okay. And why I'm telling you is that regularly, daily basis, you will be having mock tests. And everyone has to attempt that mock test. That is also compulsory. That is also compulsory. And after the class, I will be posting you the questions. You will be answering it, and you will be submitting it by next day. For example, today I have, after the class, I'll be posting the questions on in a Word file or directly on the Telegram channel. So you have to answer them, and before 1 o'clock in the evening, before 1 o'clock in the evening, or let's say that I will take it for 4 o'clock India time. 4 o'clock India time. You have to submit your answers to me. Why I'm giving you 4 o'clock is because I will assess your answers. And again, in the next day class, I have to give you feedbacks to you. That what actually you have answered, how you have to prepare your answers, and where are your, like what you can say, what are the weaknesses you have. Okay. So we'll be having a discussion every day in the class. Once the class is finished, you will be having that. Okay. Right? Clear, all of you? So why I'm telling you this 80%, 100% attendance and minimum 80%, and everyone has to write the exam, mock test, attempt the examination, because based on this attendance and mock test, your registration for the examination will be done. Your registration for the examination will be done based on your attendance and your mock test. If anyone fails in this, like, you know, that most of the people think that nothing will happen if you don't attempt the examination mock test, or I can watch the videos afterwards, not to attend the classes. If you think like that, then possibly that your registration will not be done. These are the strict instructions from NEBOSH we have. And previously, just now, a few days back, we had a meeting with them. They wanted this from each and every learner. Okay. So NEBOSH may, in a daily, we will be sending a report to the NEBOSH regarding how many people have your attendance sheet, your what you can say mock test examination sheet will be sent to them. So they will decide what they have to do. So if they think that you are regular to the classes and you are attempting all the mock tests, then definitely you will get registered, right? But still it depends upon NEBOSH. So keep this in mind and repeat again and again. 100% is mandatory. Maybe due to some reasons. No, every day cannot be an emergency, right? So minimum is 80% you should have attendance, and daily you have to attempt your mock test. You have to write down, right? So this is about your NEBOSH open book exam. Yes. Now clear your doubts. Yeah, Mr. Khaja Muhyiddin. Yeah, Mr. Khaja.
Sir, I want to know about how many days do we have classes, online class?
Till 29th of October, you have classes.
Like 5 days in a week or 6 days?
6 days in a week except Sunday.
Okay, Sunday we will not have class.
Sunday will not have. But if sometimes, you know, due to some emergency, even, you know, I am also a human being. If any day I cannot take a class, then I will take it on Sunday also. But I will inform you prior to it. Before taking the class.
Sir, can you please repeat about this assignments, what you said, that daily we have to do, and how you will send and how we are going to do?
I will send it to you in the Telegram channel. That's why I told you that join the Telegram
channel. Sir, I don't know about the Telegram. I have never used it.
You have to use it now.
I need some guidance on that.
So that's what. Who is your course advisor?
I have contact to the NEBOSH, this Gulf Academy. Yasmin, I think.
Who? What I suggest you is that now you can download the Telegram channel. You go into the applications, you know, in the Play Stores, Google Play Stores. If you type Telegram, you will get an application. Download it. And whoever is your course advisor, ask them to send you a link to join that Telegram channel. So it is compulsory for all of you. No exceptions for anyone, because Telegram will be available in each and every country. There is no restriction on Telegram. You have to have it. Okay. So daily, the daily recorded classes, the mock test, everything will be done on Telegram channel only. So if you don't have, download it and keep it with you and ask your course advisors, whoever is that, Khalid, Amir, Yasmin, Reshma, or Sumaya, whoever is the course advisor is there with you. Request, inform them to provide you the link. They will provide you the link. Once you click on that link, you will directly get added into the Telegram channel.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Yeah, next. Next question. Mr. Jalil Ahmed.
Assalamu alaikum.
Yes.
Assalamu alaikum.
Yeah, go ahead.
I hear that you said that when we are writing our answers for questions, you said we have to mention source of the answer. I hear wrong or no?
No, it is right.
How it means what it means? I don't know.
Like for example,
Source.
first answer you are taken from Gulf Academy of Safety course material.
Yes.
So as I told you that in the answer sheet, which is provided, the Word file which is provided by NEBOSH, at the end of the answer sheet, there is a box will be there, sources of information.
Okay.
In that you have to mention, like for example, if all the answers you got it from course material.
Okay.
Gulf Academy of Safety course material. So you should mention all answers reference from Gulf Academy of Safety course material.
Oh.
If you find out from online, then the complete online website address has to be copy pasted. Only website address has to be copy pasted. Answers, whatever from wherever you are writing the answers, you have to write it in your own words. But
yes.
you have to provide the source. Because NEBOSH also wants to know that from where you have taken the source answer.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah, Sohail.
Sir, there is any restriction we can write from the Gulf Academy of Safety guide. We can mention. We have to mention that I written from.
Just simply write down first answer. Like for example, you got that answer. Let's say that your fifth answer.
Okay.
Your fifth answer, you got the answer from Gulf Academy of Safety course material.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir.
When you're writing the answer, you have to write down in your own words.
Okay, sir.
Listen carefully. When you're writing the answer, you have to write down the answer in your own words. Understand the concept from that material where you got the answer and write down in your own words. But when you're writing the source of information, so what you write? Fifth answer, Gulf Academy of Safety course material. That is enough. You don't have to mention clearly that I have written this answer from Gulf Academy of Safety course material. No, just fifth answer, Gulf Academy of Safety course material. That's enough.
Okay.
And if you got it from website, you have to copy paste that website there. Are you getting?
Okay. Yes, sir. I am getting.
Yeah. Yeah.
I got it.
Any more questions?
Yes, sir. This is Chandrasekhar, sir.
Yeah, Chandrasekhar.
Sir, I understood you said that we need to have a good internet connection for the exam. We'll follow that definitely. But in some cases, like server will be down if I'm having internet of Airtel due to power loss in my area at the time. When I'm typing the answer, if the internet was gone, the connection will be lost. My question is that will the data will be saved or automatically it will be deleted, sir?
See. When you're writing the examination, right?
Yes, sir.
You don't need to have 24 hours your internet connectivity.
Okay, sir.
At the time of examination.
Yes, sir.
Once you start your examination time,
sir,
right? You have to log in. You have to download your question paper. You have to download your answer sheet, right?
Yes, sir.
After that, no need of internet.
Oh, got you, sir. Understood, sir. Yes, sir.
It is your own computer now. So
Noted,
your
sir.
computer should be good. It should not crash.
Noted. Yes, sir.
So what I suggest is that sometimes, some people have faced this problem also. Two exams prior to these two exams, one of the student, he has written all the answers. Suddenly his system has crashed.
Oh, sad.
Completely his data is gone. So what I suggest is that everyone is having nowadays pen drives.
Yes, sir.
So whenever you are going on writing the answers, you save it on your hard disk. Simultaneously you save it in your pen drive.
Yes, sir.
Why I'm suggesting is that for example, as I told you that sometimes there may be internet connectivity issue or okay, fine, whatever it will happen, or your system has crashed. Your data is saved.
Yes, sir.
Now let's say that your system is good, but there is no internet connectivity due to power loss or something like that. India, सब कुछ हो सकता है.
Yes, sir. Chances.
So in that case, if you don't have power in your home, so you can go to any internet website, internet cafe, or into your friend's room. You can use your friend's internet connection, and
Yes, sir.
you can upload. If you have that link and everything, you can upload it.
That's a good idea, sir. We'll follow that, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Any more doubts you have? Yes.
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, you said that the mock test will be held every day. We have to answer the questions and we have to submit it at a Telegram channel only.
No, not Telegram channel. I'll be providing you an email ID.
Email ID, okay.
So you have to type it in the Word file and send it to me on that Telegram channel.
Okay, sir.
Right?
Okay, sir.
Yeah.
I got it.
So any more doubts you have?
Clear, sir.
Everything is clear?
Clear.
Make sure.
Clear, sir.
Because
Yes.
for open book examination, this is the only class you have. Again, there is no doubt clearance for open book examination. Because once it is finished, we will be starting our syllabus now. So except syllabus doubts, I will not be clearing this open book examination doubts. Whatever the doubts you have, make sure that you clear it today itself.
Sir, user ID and password, we have to change only password.
Password.
Only password, no, sir?
You are fresher.
Okay, sir.
Anything
Okay,
else?
sir.
No? Yes or no? Yeah, Mr. Khaja. Yeah, go ahead, Mr. Khaja. Hello?
Username and password will provided by NEBOSH, right, sir?
Yes.
Hello.
Yeah, Mr. Khaja.
Yes, sir. I want to ask about, as you earlier said about this technical points, that they will count only the technical points. So need
Yeah,
some more guidance on the technical.
marks will be provided to technical points. Technical points means exactly what they want. Not bluffing around. Not writing two stories. Not too short, not too long. Got my point? Aja.
Yes, sir.
Yes. So, and with this, everyone is clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So, let's start our first element. Right? Now, the first element is why we should manage workplace health and safety. In this, we'll be discussing about moral, financial, legal reasons. Before going for this, why it is important to manage health and safety at workplace, we'll be discussing about some of the definitions. Okay. Then we'll be discussing about moral, financial, and legal reasons. Then we'll be discussing about how health and safety is regulated and the consequences of non-compliance. How health and safety is regulated means how health and safety is implemented in the workplace. Who is responsible? What are the responsibilities of employer? What are the responsibilities of the national governments? What are the responsibilities of international organizations? We'll be discussing about that. And we'll be discussing about that if in any organization is not following any health and safety rules and regulations, then what are the consequences they have to face. Then we'll be discussing about the responsibilities or the safety responsibilities of different groups of people in the workplace. Like what are the responsibilities of an employer, what are the responsibilities of a worker. Okay, so this some of the responsibilities of some people who are working in the organization that we'll be discussing. And we'll be discussing about how a contractor and a client works together, or how a client manages a contract. These are the topics that we are going to cover in this element. Right? So are you ready for this?
Yes, ready.
Yes, sir. Ready.
So let's start with the first element, that is why we should manage health and safety at workplace. So as I told you that first, let's start with definition. And one more thing I want to make aware that mute all your microphones, right? But when I ask questions to you, if you know the answer, unmute your microphones, answer it, and then mute yourself. And what I want is, I want to have interaction with you. And I don't think that if you give a wrong answer, what the other people will think. We are not here to judge anyone. We are here to gain knowledge. We are here to share knowledge between us. Right? So whatever you know, right? If you know the answer, answer it. But don't keep just dumb here in the class. If you don't know, say no. We don't know. Okay? And apart from this, there are some people who are very much experienced in safety field. So whenever you come across some topics, it may be related to your workplace, and some incidences or something may have happened which we are discussing. So what I want is share with the class. Why? Because there are some people who are very new to safety. They're not aware, they don't know even ABCD of safety. So if you share that whatever the experience you have with them, then it will be useful for them to understand the subject. Clear, all of you?
Yes, sir.
Right.
Yes, sir.
Now let's start with some of the definitions first, like health, safety, and welfare. So what do you mean by health? In general, what do you mean by health?
Absence of ill health.
Sorry?
Absence of ill health.
Absence of injuries. Okay. Yeah.
Freedom from unacceptable risk and harm.
Free from all diseases.
Free from all diseases, freedom for diseases, or free from all harm. Good. Now, health can be defined as, it's a absence of disease or infirmity. In short, if you want to say, absence of disease or infirmity is known as health. But as per ILO, health can be defined as, it is a complete state of physical, mental, and social well-being. Physical, mental, and social well-being. Not merely the absence of disease or infirmity is known as health. Now, as for safety, if you want to define as health, health can be defined as, it is a complete state of physical, mental, and social well-being. Means in safety, if a person has to be called as a healthy person, okay, he should be physically fit, mentally fit, and socially fit. Physically fit means he should be normally he should be fit. Okay, he should not have any disability. Mentally fit means he should be able to complete the job without any stress. Okay, or even if there is a stress also, he should be able to distribute the job and he should manage the job in such a way that he should not be feeling that stress of the work. Then socially fit means, in a workplace there will be number of workers working together. There will be number of employees working together. So workers should be able to cooperate with each other. They should be able to share their information between each other. So health can be defined as it is a complete state of physical, mental, and social well-being, not merely the absence of disease, is known as health. Safety. What do you mean by safety?
It is a condition which gives you freedom from hazard.
It is a condition which gives freedom from hazard.
Safety is freedom from unacceptable risk and harm.
Safety is freedom from
Unacceptable risk and harm.
Unacceptable harm. So
Also protect yourself from anything that cause danger and injury also.
Okay, good. All of you are almost right.
Follow the work guidance.
Basically, safety means, in short, again, absence of risk of personal injuries and damage. Simple. Absence of risk of personal injuries and damage. That is known as safety. Okay. Absence of risk of personal injuries. And if an employee is working in an organization, if a worker is working in an organization, you should not get into any harm, any injury, or any accidents, and there should not be any damage to the property. That is called as safety. So absence of risk of personal injuries and damages is known as safety. So next is welfare. What do you mean by welfare?
Welfare means
access to basic facilities.
Access to basic facilities.
Facilities.
Are good, and or the conditions which are required for the betterment of the workers is known as welfare, or you can say access to basic facilities. Now, what do you mean by basic facilities?
toilet and
restroom.
Toilet, restroom, okay.
Drinking water.
Changing
First
room,
aid. First aid.
good. Hygienic canteen. Right. So these are some of the basic facilities that a company has to provide to its employees. The minimum requirement is at least they should provide a hygienic drinking water, purified drinking water, and toilets. This is the basic as per the requirement. Right? But if the company can provide you more than this, like some of the companies provide restrooms also. Restrooms means if the workers have some breaks, rest breaks, so they can take rest. Changing rooms, like some of the work they need their dress has to be changed. They have to wear apron, so they cannot do it in the public. They have to change their dress. For that, changing rooms has to be there. Okay. And if your organization is having both male and female working together, so you should have separate restrooms, separate changing rooms, separate toilets for both the genders, right? Then apart from that, a hygienic canteen has to be provided in an area where the employees can sit together and have their food. Okay, right? Then hostel facilities. So this is what known as welfare facilities. As I told you that as these are the necessary for the well-being of your employees. such as washing facilities, toilets, restrooms, changing rooms, a hygienic canteen, drinking water facilities. So these are some of the definitions which we have discussed. Health, absence of risk of personal injuries, or the complete state of physical, mental, and social well-being. Not merely the absence of disease or infirmity is known as health. Safety is absence of risk of personal injuries and damages. Okay. And then welfare are those that are necessary for the well-being of your employees, such as washing, toilets, restrooms, changing rooms, okay, hygienic canteen, drinking water facilities, okay, first aid facilities. These are some of the definitions we have discussed just now. Now, why it is important and why we should have health and safety at workplace? What are the reasons why we should have health and safety at workplace? There are 3 reasons why we should have health and safety at workplace. We call it as moral,
legal,
and financial.
economic, financial.
Moral, legal, and financial. These are the 3 main reasons why we should manage health and safety at workplace. Moral, legal, financial. So,
sorry, third one.
Financial.
Financial. Okay.
Now, so what do you mean by moral? Anyone?
Moral as a human
Duty of
beings.
care.
Duty of care. Yeah, Sachin?
Rules and
Sir, moral
regulations.
is a
Yes.
moral as a human beings. We should feel obligated to look after each other's safety.
Yeah, any other definition for moral? Moral means humanity. In short, you can say humanity. Now, to understand this, for example, let's say you are on a highway. You are going on a highway. You have seen some accident. You have witnessed some accident. What will you do?
We will try to help them first.
You will try to help them. Right? What will you do?
Yes.
You will try to move him away. First of all, you will try to move him away from the walkway or from the highway. Then you will ask him for water. Then you will ask him what happened. Is there any injuries? Shall we call ambulance? Shall we go to the hospital? All this you will be doing, right?
Yes. This is humanity.
Why you are doing this?
Humanity.
Is he your family member?
No.
No. Friend? Is he your colleague?
This is humanity grounds.
Do you know him?
No, I don't know. But
don't know?
humanity grounds.
No.
As a human being, we have that feelings. Humanity.
Yes, obviously.
Right? So on the humanitarian grounds, it is the responsibility of each and every human being to help others.
Yes.
Okay? So that is what called as moral. Or it is a state, or you can say that it is a tendency to feel sad for someone who has got injured in a workplace or anywhere. Doing the right thing, avoid pain and suffering, right? So that is called as moral. And it is the moral responsibility of the employer. Why? Because employees are coming to work for the employer, for the company.
Yes.
So it is the responsibility of the employer. Is it not the responsibility of an employer?
No, it is.
On humanity.
It is.
Because workers are also human beings, right?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
So on the basis of humanity, on humanitarian grounds, it is the responsibility of the employer that he should protect his workers till they are in the workplace.
Yes.
So it is a moral
Absolutely correct.
It is the moral responsibility of the employer that they should be protected. So this is what we call it as moral. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Legal.
Clear.
So what do you mean by legal?
Relating to the law of
Law.
the
It is
work.
type of law.
As per local government,
As per legal law.
Good.
local government requirements.
Law means which is made by the appointed or the elected person, right?
Yes.
Individuals
Yes.
cannot make law. If the individuals makes law, it cannot be called as law. Why? Because they are not the authority. To make a law, you should have an authority, right?
Yes.
The elected persons, the local governments, the local bodies, the local authorities, or the national authorities, or the international authorities, who have powers, who have been elected. They have the powers to make the law. Like, for example, if you take any country, like if you take in India, we have an elected parliament, members of the parliament.
Yes.
Yes.
So they will make the laws. Whatever the law they
Yes.
want to make, it has to pass in the parliament, then only it will make a law.
Yes.
So when you
Sir.
come to the state level, you have the Vidhan Sabha in India, right? The central
Yes.
the state government will be working chief minister and all the people. They are
Yes.
having the power to make the laws, right?
Legislative Assembly.
Legislative assembly will be there, right?
Yes.
So this is what we call it as legal, and the law which is being set by the government.
Yeah.
The rules and regulations which are being set by the government. So legal can be defined as it is a set of rules and regulations. It is a set of rules and regulations that governs the businesses and organizations. It is a set of rules and regulations that governs the businesses and organizations, to which all the organizations have to comply, means follow. Now let's say that, for example, let's say that you are going to open a small grocery shop. You are going to open a small grocery shop. Can you open just like that?
No.
What do you have to do?
We have to comply local government rules and regulations.
You have to get first permission from the local government, local authority.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
For that, you have to submit all the required
License.
You have to submit the required documents. The local authorities come, they will check your place. If they think whatever you have done is good, then they will issue you a license.
Yes.
Then only you can start work.
Yes, sir.
So similarly, in health and safety also, there are some laws which are being set by the government, which everyone has to follow. If any of the organization or any of the company breaches, what do you mean by breach?
Sorry.
What do you mean by breach?
Breaking the laws.
Breaking.
Violations.
Breach means violation, breaking the law. So if any of the company breaks any legal law, they have to face the consequences depending on the severity of the breach.
Yes.
Depending on the severity of the breach. Now to understand this, let's take an example that there is a construction site. On that construction site, there are workers who are working on the ground level, on work at height. There is some people are working with electricity, some are doing mechanical work. So there are a lot of activities will be going on in the work site. Now let's say that when a safety inspector has visited the work site, he has found out that some of the workers are not wearing helmets. Safety helmets they are not wearing. Right. Now,
Yes.
now the safety inspector in this case, because this is a minor breach, because these people are working on the ground, okay, this is as a maybe the safety inspector may think that this is a minor breach, and in this breach, he can issue a notice, warning notice, saying that he will give a time period, time scale that within this time scale you have to provide helmets to these workers, and you have to inform, instructions has to be given to the workers, and you have to train the workers that they have to work safely. So this is a minor breach, they may give a warning notice, that's it, possibly. This is the first situation. Second situation is, let's say that the workers are working at height without proper protection. They don't have helmets, they don't have safety harness, they don't have safety belts. Protection is not done. Can you think yourself?
Sorry.
So Amir Khan, mute your microphone.
Hello.
So there is no protection for the worker. Without protection, the worker is working at height. Now let's say he is working on 10th floor. Now without protection, you can imagine. So if a worker falls from 10th floor, what will be the consequences?
A fatality. He may be die.
He will die.
99% chances are there that the person will die.
Yes.
Yeah.
And let's say that to his luck, he has not died. Major injuries, head injuries, fractures, throat, complete body, bones are broken, his spinal cord is being broken, he's completely on bed. Right?
Yes.
Whatever the case it can be, major injuries or fatality. Now, in this case, the safety inspector can take a strict action against the company because the severity is severe here, consequence, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
The breach is severe here. So in this case, the safety inspector has the authority that they can cancel the trade license, company's license. They can blacklist the organization. And whoever is at fault, it may be the employer, it can be the general manager, CEO, director, safety officer, or
Management.
It can be anyone, worker. Worker also can do mistakes, right? So
Yes.
whoever is on mistake, they can
Yes,
be
sir.
penalized, they can be fined, and they can be jailed also.
Yes.
So this is what is about legal. And it is a set of rules and regulations that governs the businesses and organizations, to which all the organizations has to comply, means follow. If any of the company is not following or breaching the law, legal laws, they have to face the consequences depending upon the severity of the breach. Now, in moral reasons, what we said, it is the moral responsibility of the employer that he should protect his workers.
Yes.
In legal also, the safety law sets some responsibilities on an employer. The safety law sets some responsibilities on an employer. And a legal law says, the safety legal law says that employer has the legal responsibility of what? He should provide a safe workplace. He should provide safe equipment and machineries. He should provide safe system of work. He should provide information, instruction, training to the workers. These are the legal responsibilities which are being placed on the employer by legal law. The safety law says legally that employer is responsible to provide a safe place of work, to provide safe plant and equipment, to provide a safe system of work, training, instruction, information, competency of the staff, and the supervision. It is the responsibility, legal responsibility I'm telling about. It is the legal responsibility of the employer that he should provide this safe place of work, provide safe plant and equipment, safe system of work, information, instruction, training, competency of the staff, and supervision. Now, how he have to provide all these things, how he have to fulfill these responsibilities, we'll be discussing this topic in the responsibilities of an employer. Okay. But as of now, the legal responsibility of an employer is that he has to provide a safe place of work, safe plant and equipment, safe system of work, information, instruction, training, supervision, and competent staff. This is legal. The third is financial. What do you mean by financial?
The financial situation of an individual or an organization.
Finance means it is related to money or cost.
providing salary and etc.
Basically, finance means it is related to money or cost, right?
Yes.
Due to accident, company expects
Finance means basically money or cost.
due to accident, the company is expected to
That is
the two
afterwards.
types of finance,
Not
direct cost
only
and
about
indirect cost.
accidents. See, not only about accidents. Even the workers also have to be paid with the salaries. So this also comes from finance, right?
Yes.
Property.
So finance basically means it is related to money or cost. Enough?
Yes.
Right.
Yes, sir.
Now, so money or cost. So in financial cost, there are two types of cost are there. One is
Direct cost,
direct cost.
indirect cost.
Another one is indirect cost.
Indirect.
Direct cost and indirect.
Indirect.
So what do you mean by direct cost and what do you mean by indirect? A direct cost means the cost which you can measure, which is measurable. Direct cost means the cost which you can measure. Now, which you can measure means, for example, let's say that the worker has got into an accident. A worker has got into an accident. Let's say it's a minor accident, minor, very minor. That's only bruise or cuts are there. Okay? No major accident. Now, to provide him first aid for these cuts and small bruises, you need bandage.
Yes.
So bandage is also cost.
Yes.
Right. So let's say that the cost of the bandage is 5 rupees. How much?
5 rupees.
So you are measuring it 5. Measure कर रहे हो ना 5 rupees बोल के.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
So that is what direct cost is. Measurable cost. Direct cost means the cost which can be measured.
Measurable. Yes.
Yeah. For example,
you can count.
One more example. A worker has got into a major accident. He has to be hospitalized for 5 days. He has to be hospitalized for 5 days. Now, 5 days. Every day, let's say that the cost of every day of the hospital is 10,000 rupees. So 5 days.
50,000 rupees.
50,000.
50,000 rupees. So you're counting here 50,000, right? Measuring.
Yes.
So what I want to show here is direct cost means which can be measured in terms of quantity. So if you take medical costs, sick pay, insurance claim, penalties, fines, compensations, whatever is there, the cost which can be measured, that is known as direct cost. Now the indirect cost, which is not measurable, which you cannot measure it. Like for example, now just now we have said that the company, in a company, the worker has got into a major accident. Major accident.
Yes.
Now, if there is an accident in the workplace, do you think that it will be hidden?
No.
No.
The news will be spread in the market. Everyone comes to know that there is an accident which has taken place in this company, so and so company. So you will have a good reputation or a bad reputation?
Bad
reputation.
So how much bad reputation you have? Can you measure it?
No, we cannot.
We cannot measure.
Loss of reputation, loss of raw material, loss of workers' morale. Now we have discussed moral, M-O-R-A-L. Now this is morale, M-O-R-A-L-E.
L-E.
What do you mean by this morale? Anyone knows? What do you
Loss
mean?
of working hours.
No. Yeah, anyone? What do you mean by morale?
Morale
Image.
means the confidence.
Good. Workers' confidence. Now, let's say that regularly accidents are happening in the workplace. Few days back, one worker has got into an accident. 2 days back, another worker has got. Yesterday, one worker has got. Today, one worker has got an accident. What the other workers will start thinking? That it may happen to me also. So their confidence in the management will be lost. They will lose confidence in the management. They will not trust the management. So how much the workers' morale is down? Can you measure it?
No.
So that is known as indirect cost. The cost which you cannot measure is known as indirect cost, or you can say non-measurable cost. Indirect cost. Direct cost means which can be measured. Indirect cost cannot be measured. Right? So these are the examples you have of direct cost and indirect cost. Insurance claims, sick pay, loss of production and material damage, repair to damage, okay, product loss or damage to equipment, building, legal cost, training cost, replacement cost, fines and compensation. Now, if you see here, in each and every cost of the direct, there is a measurable. All these costs are measurable. Right? Like for example, the company has carried out maintenance of one of the equipment. Let's say the drilling machine. They have carried out servicing of that drilling machine and they have paid the service engineer 5,000 rupees. Is it a direct cost or indirect cost?
A direct cost.
Direct cost, right? Why? Because you can count
You can measure it. You can count.
It is countable.
Countable or measurable cost is known as direct cost. Whereas indirect cost, reduction in staff morality, okay, general difficulties in recruiting and retaining the staff, loss of goodwill with the customers, damage to the public image, damage to industrial relationships, all this comes under indirect. Now, related to these direct costs and indirect costs, there are other two types of costs are there, which we call it as insured cost and uninsured cost. Insured and uninsured cost. These are the two types of costs you have. Insured cost and uninsured cost. Now, insured cost means which you can claim it back from the insurance companies. Insured costs are those costs which you can claim it back from the insurance companies. Whereas uninsured costs, by default, they cannot be insured. You cannot claim it. Like insured cost, damage to the plant, building, equipment, compensation paid to the workers, medical cost. Okay? These are some of the costs which you can claim it back through insurance. Whereas some of the uninsured costs which you have here is lost time, sick pay, increased premium, loss of product and raw material, okay, repairs to the plant and equipment, extra wages, overtime, working and temporary labor, production delay, investigation time, fines, legal costs, loss of business reputation, loss of contract, loss of experience. These are uninsured costs. Now, these insured costs and uninsured costs, almost all the indirect costs, comes under uninsured costs. Almost all the, you can say 100% indirect costs will be uninsured only. Apart from this, some of the direct costs also comes under uninsured costs. Like if you see here, damage or loss of product. Damage or loss of product, repair. There is a cost, right? That is a direct cost, right? But still it cannot be insured. Extra wage payment, overtime payment. This is a direct cost which can be measured, but still you cannot insure them. Okay. Fines, legal costs. These are again direct costs. So some of the direct costs also comes under uninsured. Not all the direct costs are not insured costs. Some of the direct costs are insured costs, some of the direct costs are uninsured costs. But all the indirect costs comes under uninsured costs. Are you able to understand this?
Yes,
Yes, sir.
Okay. So these are the three main reasons why we should manage health and safety at workplace. These are the three main reasons why we should manage health and safety at workplace. What are they? Moral, legal, and financial.
Financial.
Now, next we'll go for the accident iceberg. We call it as iceberg principle. Accident iceberg principle or iceberg principle, or we call it as Titanic principle. Now, how many of you are aware of the real story of Titanic? Not the Hollywood story. This all mixed masala is there in that. Anyone knows about the real story of Titanic? Have you ever heard about it?
Yes, sir. It got accident with the iceberg.
Iceberg. Why it hit the iceberg? What was the error there? Okay, maybe you have watched the movie, right? Titanic movie.
Because of the confidence of the Titanic ship, that they can confidence of the ship management.
What was the confidence?
They can cross the seas without any accident, without proper planning.
Okay, this is one reason. Because they thought that our ship is the largest one.
Yes, sir. Largest one, big one.
It cannot sink. The
Yes, sir.
manufacturer of that ship, they say that it will never sink.
Yes, sir.
Right? They challenged it. This is one reason. Okay, agree. Other reason? The main reason why it sank.
There was a mechanical disturbance. There was a mechanical emergency or something in the engine room.
So you have seen the movie, right?
So the man who was placed on the top to watch these things, he was not.
Distracted, right?
He was.
They think that iceberg is bigger than the Titanic. Titanic is bigger and iceberg is smaller. That's why.
Was the navigator, the captain of the ship.
Poor monitoring.
They saw that the floating iceberg on the water, which was very small. The iceberg which was floating on the water, it was very small. But they did not analyze that what they are seeing on the top of water, how much big it can be from inside. They did not analyze it. They thought that our ship is the biggest one, and compared to the iceberg is very small. You can break it, can pass, go forward. Now, why we are using this iceberg principle or accident iceberg principle? Now, most of the companies, till today's date, they think that investing in safety is waste of time and waste of money. Investing in safety is waste of time and waste of money. We will see once an accident happens. We'll see once an accident happens. And remember that the companies who think like this, they will have to face the consequences of the accident. What are the costs they have to face after the accident will be much more than what they are going to invest in safety. Right? So that is why we will be discussing about this iceberg principle. Now, regulating health and safety at workplace. Now, to understand this iceberg principle, I will give one more example. I hope you have pens and papers with you, right?
Yes.
Now, To understand this iceberg principle, let's take an example. Okay. Now there is a warehouse. There is a warehouse. Okay. In the warehouse, on the mezzanine floor, there are some stocks which are not being properly stocked. So the warehouse manager has observed that the stocks are not properly arranged. So he has instructed one of his workers to arrange these stocks properly on the one side of the mezzanine floor. So as the warehouse manager has instructed, the worker went there to carry out the work. When he went there, he saw that there is light which is not working properly. He cannot see properly. It was dim or something blink or not working properly. So he came back and he requested to the manager that the area where I have to work is that light is not working properly. So make arrangements for that. Fine. The warehouse manager also accepted the request from the worker, and he has requested the management to make changes for the light. Management also accepted that, and they called an electrician. And they said to the electrician that in so-and-so warehouse, so-and-so area, there is no proper lighting, just fix it. So the electrician went there and he checked each and everything. Now here, the electrician thought that it is the time to earn money. Every technician will do that, right?
Yes.
Now he came back to the management and said that it is not only about light. You know, that the switch is not working, the cable is not good, you know, that blah, 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 blah. And he made an estimate of 1,000 rupees. Okay. It will cost you 1,000 rupees. So if you pay me 1,000 rupees, I will repair it and complete the work. The management has said that to change the bulb, you are asking 1,000 rupees, will not pay. Will pay you only 200 rupees. If you want to work, work. If not, you can leave. So the electrician said that I have a lot of works to do. I will not be losing anything. If you pay me 1,000 rupees, I will do it. If not, I will leave it. He left. Now, as the passage of time, the manager is pressurizing the worker to complete that work. So due to work pressure, the worker has started working in the same condition. What is the condition?
Improper light.
Improper light. So as expected, worker has fallen from height. And he got into major accident, broken bones, head injuries. Now, write down the cost. Now the worker has major injuries. Hospital bills, 50,000. Okay. Right. Now the doctor has said that the injuries are major, fractures are there. He has to take rest for 6 months. Sick pay. Now the worker's salary is 15,000 per month. So 6 months means
3 lakhs.
Come on.
300,000.
90,000.
Sorry.
It is 90,000, 15,000 per month. 6 months means how much?
15, I think 50.
No, 15,000.
90,000.
Okay. Now, due to accident, the work has stopped.
Yes.
Okay. Now they have to have temporary worker overtime.
Yes, temporary worker.
They have to pay overtime for the workers. So
Yes.
they are paying 30,000 for 2 workers. Temporary worker, overtime payment. Now, overtime, the workers cannot work regularly overtime. They definitely has to hire a new person, right?
Yes.
So recruitment cost, let's say 10,000.
10,000.
And the salary of the new recruit, again 50,000 per month.
Yes.
Right? Now, as it is a major accident, the case was filed on the company.
Yes.
Okay. So the company has to appoint a lawyer. Okay. Now the advocate is taking 25,000 per case. Now, as the case is in the court, they are arguing. Now, here, who is at fault? In this accident, who was at fault?
Worker
Manager.
measuring.
Worker is at fault.
Yes.
Was it the fault?
Sorry, it's the fault of the management who did not provided him the clear light.
Good. How can you say that it is the worker's fault? Who said that it is the worker's fault? Worker said that I will not pay 1,000 rupees to the electrician. Authority.
Management.
Management has said that.
Yes.
So, while arguing, the company lost the case because it is the fault of the company. It's clearly been seen. Right? Now, as they lost the case, the court has penalized them 50,000 rupees. Fines. They penalized the company. And they said that pay 1 lakh compensation to the worker. Right? And finally, what was the repair cost?
1,000 rupees.
1,000 rupees. So they have to repair it.
Yes.
Total cost, how much it will be coming up to?
Four lakh 6,000.
4,61,000.
For 1,000, they lost 4,61,000.
But this is, I want to make you understand. It can be real or it can be more than this or it can be less than this. But always remember, the cost of the accident will always be higher than the cost of investing in safety. Did you understand this point?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
The cost of the accident, people who think that we will see once an accident happens. Now that cost which comes after the accident will be always higher than the cost which they are going to invest for safety in the company. So to avoid this 1,000 rupees, how much they have lost? 4 lakhs.
4 lakhs change.
So that is why we call it as accident iceberg principle or Titanic principle.
Sorry.
Clear?
What you said last time? Accident?
Accident iceberg principle or Titanic principle.
Okay.
Now, this is about the financial cost which we have discussed. Now, regulating health and safety, who is responsible? And till now, at the international level, there is no such body, or there is no such authority or an agency which has the powers to strictly implement health and safety at workplace. Till now, till today's date, you can say that at the international level, there is no such agency or authority who has the powers to implement health and safety. We have International Labour Organization, ILO, at the international level. We have International Labour Organization, ILO, at the international level, but they don't have that powers. They have best safety rules and regulations, guidance, everything, but they don't have that authority. They don't have that powers to strictly implement health and safety. So this International Labour Organization, they have made some conventions and recommendations. Now, conventions means these are the rules and regulations which they have made regarding health and safety. And in this convention, we call it as Occupational Safety and Health Convention, which is represented by alphabet C. Alphabet C. C means convention. So in Convention C-155, there are policies of health and safety policy, both at national level and international level, or at the individual level of the organization, the roles and responsibilities, safe operating procedures, okay, method statements, defining roles and responsibilities, everything is being written in convention C155, right? But how these policies, these procedures, these roles and responsibilities, the safe operating procedures, the method statements has to be implemented, that are written in recommendation 1981. In a recommendation, we call it as R. It is represented by alphabet R. We call it as R164. So in recommendation R164, it is made in 1981. These are prepared in 1981. So they have mentioned the year also. So recommendation 1981 R164, it supplements C155, provides more detailed guidance than a, like for example, a policy is being designed in convention C155. Now how this policy has to be implemented in the company, it is written in recommendation. How the safe operating procedures are being to be implemented in the company, it is written in details, in guidance will be given in recommendation. So at the international level, you have ILO, International Labour Organization, which has these policies, procedures, everything, but they don't have that powers. They don't have that powers. So they are at the international level. So at the national level or at the company's organization level, who is responsible? It is employer. Employer is responsible for the safety of the workers. Now, do you remember in the legal reason we said that it is a legal responsibility of the employer that he should provide a safe workplace, a safe plant and equipment, safe system of work, information, instruction, training, supervision. Do you remember this? In the legal reasons we have discussed.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes.
So here are the responsibilities of employer. That is, in Article 16 of Convention C155, it is clearly mentioned obligations. Obligations means responsibilities. So don't get confused with the wordings. Obligations always means responsibilities. Obligations means responsibilities. Okay. So Article 16 of Convention C155, it identifies obligations placed on an employer. So what are the responsibilities of an employer? The employer should ensure that the workplace, machineries, equipment, work process should be safe without any risk to the health. They should ensure that whatever the chemical, physical, and biological substance and agents they are using, that also they should be without any risk to the health of the worker when protective measures have been taken. And they should provide personal protective equipment and protective clothing to prevent risk of accidents and adverse health effects. These are the responsibilities of an employer. So these are only definitions. These are only defined in Convention Article 16 of C155. That is, the employer has to make sure that the workplace, machineries, equipment, work processes should be safe. Chemicals and biological substances also should be safe. They should provide personal protective equipment and personal clothing to the worker. But how they have to make this workplace safe, how they have to make the machinery safe, how they have to make the equipment safe, how they have to make these chemicals and biological substances safe, they have written in Article 10 of Convention Recommendation. Okay. Now, how they can make workplace equipment safe? First of all, they have to carry out, first of all, they have to select the equipments and machineries as per the requirement of the company. Should be suitable for the work activity. They should be suitable for the work activity. So it is the responsibility of the employer that they should select the equipments and machinery which are required for the work to be completed. Apart from this, if you have machinery and equipments in the workplace, now to understand this, for example, you have a bike. You have purchased in, let's say, 2020 you purchased. Now, 2 years now, right? Let's say that 2 years have been completed. Once you purchased, after that, have you not carried out maintenance on your equipment, on your vehicle?
Carried out.
Regularly you have carried out, right? Every 2 months. Enough?
Yes. Yes, sir.
Why you carried out this servicing?
To maintain it in a good way, safe.
So that your bike should be in a good condition. It should not get into any dangerous situations, right?
Yes, sir.
So it is the responsibility of the employer that regularly he has to carry out maintenance, inspection and maintenance of these equipments to make the equipment safe for the workers. To see that workers should not get any injury or into accidents while using these
equipments.
Yeah. Now, how they can make a workplace safe? Entry and exit should be safe. There should be enough space for the worker to complete his job.
Walkways.
Proper lighting has to be provided. Proper
Yes.
ventilations has to be maintained. Temperatures has to be maintained properly.
Yes.
So by doing this, they can make a workplace safer. And the safe operating procedures, to complete a job, we should have a safe operating procedures so that the worker should follow the safe operating procedure to complete the job safely. Right?
Yes.
So that safe system of work also have to be provided, designed, developed, and implemented. Then apart from that, information instruction training has to be provided to the worker that how to use these equipment safely, how to work safely. Necessary supervision also have to be provided. Health and safety arrangements has to be made, like risk assessments. Regularly risk assessments has to be carried out to find out the hazards and the risk in the workplace. Control measures has to be applied. Safety measures, fire safety has to be taken into consideration. Emergency procedures should be in place. First aid should be provided. Training should be provided. Permit to work system should be there in the workplace. And when the company is providing you personal protective equipment, that personal protective equipment also should be free of cost. There should not be any charge. They should not charge the worker for providing personal protective equipment. And it is the responsibility of the employer that they should see to it that the working hours should not affect the workers. Means most of the companies, what they will do, they will say that on paper they will say 8 hours work. Do you think that they will take only 8 hours work from the worker?
No, more than that.
More than that, they will take 10 hours, 12 hours. If the worker complains or questions about the working hours, they will say, are you working in a government company? Right? So
Yes.
it's responsibility of the employer that whatever their working hours are there, you should be following that. You should not allow your worker to work even a single minute once his work hours are being finished. And as much as possible, have to have conditions in place that you have to take measures that to avoid tiredness. Physical and mental fatigue means when the worker is working continuously, his body will be tired. We call it as fatigue. So mentally also, physically also, the worker should not get tired. So for that, regularly you should provide job breaks so that he should not be feeling that tiredness. And it is the responsibility of the employer that he should be up to date with the knowledge. Okay. So these are the responsibilities of an employer. Right? Now, so these are the responsibilities of an employer. Now, as an employer, he is doing his best to see that workers are safe. Now, apart from this, workers also have their own responsibility. Right? Because if one person is doing the thing, do you think that is it enough? Like employer is doing everything from their side to see that safety of the workers are being taken care. Do you think this is enough?
No.
Workers also should have their responsibilities, right?
Yes.
If both combine hands together, then only they will work safely, right? So workers also have their responsibility. What are the responsibilities of a worker? Under Article 19 of C-155, again, remember, obligations means responsibilities. Okay. Article 19 of C-155 also places obligations on the workers. Now, what are the responsibilities of a worker? First of all, they have to take care of their own safety first. They have to take care of their own safety first and that of others. And first of all, the worker has to work safely. You have to follow all the safety instructions, rules and regulations first. And apart from that, if other workers are not following safety rules and regulations, you should help them. You should guide them. So first responsibility of the worker is take reasonable care of their own safety and that of the other people. Second is complying with safety instructions and procedures. And whatever the instructions, whatever the rules and regulations that are being provided by the company for the safety of the workers, it is the responsibility of the worker that they should follow all the rules and regulations. They should follow all the instructions. They should follow all the procedures. This is the second responsibility of worker. Third is use all safety equipments properly. And whatever the safety equipments have been provided to the worker. Like for example, workers have been provided with helmets, safety jackets, safety boots, face mask or goggles, whatever is being provided to them. They have to use them safely. In most of the cases, what happens? Workers misuse them. Why? Because they know that it is free of cost. If something goes wrong with this, company will be providing a new one to us. That should not be the attitude of the worker. They should feel their responsibility. They should know about their responsibility. That whatever is being provided to them, it is their responsibility to take care of them. So this is the third responsibility of a worker. Fourth is report any situation that they believe could be a hazard and which they cannot correct by themselves. Now, for example, let's say that in the walkways there is some objects, small boxes are there in the walkway. Now, can you remove it? Small boxes. If there are small boxes in the walkways, right, which you think that if these boxes are there in the walkways, people can trip and fall.
Yes.
This is a hazard, right?
Yes.
So the small boxes, can you remove that boxes?
No, sir, we need to inform to the supervisor.
You can remove it.
We can remove.
You can put it in a safe place.
Yes, we can.
Like for example, if you are walking on a pedestrian walkway, you find some small stones.
Yes.
Okay.
What will you do?
Got it, sir. Got it.
You
We'll
can
remove that.
You will remove it, right? Why? Because you think that if you have not fallen from that stone, some other people will fall.
Yes.
So what will you do? You will remove it and keep it in the safe way, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So report any situation that they could believe be a hazard and which they cannot correct by themselves. So this you cannot correct. This you can correct it. If you can correct it, correct it. If you cannot correct it, like for example,
inform supervisor.
Like for example, there is a electrical transformer is there. Okay, and it has catch up with the fire due to overloading. Now, can you correct that?
No.
You cannot. So whatever the hazards you cannot correct by yourself, immediately they have to be reported.
Inform.
So that proper action can be taken so that the other people will be protected from that. Got it?
Yes.
Now, third is report any work-related accident or ill health. Now, for example, if you are in the workplace, you have witnessed some accident or some worker has fallen sick, you have to immediately report it. Why you have to report the accident and ill health? Any reason for that?
To take immediate action.
To take immediate, what immediate action?
First is
accident.
First is to protect the worker from getting into serious
Yes.
Consequences. Second thing is, if you don't report that accident, what will happen?
It will cause severe damage.
The management will not come to know about what is happening in the workplace, right?
Yes.
So if the management doesn't know what is happening in the workplace, accidents will be repeated.
Yes.
So for that reason, if you inform the management, what happens?
They can provide control measures.
They will provide proper control measures. They will take an action so that in future, the accidents will not be repeated.
Will not occur again.
Right?
Yes.
So these are the responsibilities of a worker. Now, apart from workers having responsibilities, workers also have rights. Workers also have rights. So what are the rights of a worker? Rights को तो मालूम है ना?
Yes, yes, yes.
Right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, hukuk.
Right? So workers, apart from having the responsibilities, they also have rights. So what are the rights of a worker?
To get minimum welfare facilities from management.
First right of the worker is that he should have an information about what the action management is going to take for his safety while he's going to work in an organization.
Yeah.
Now for this, let's take an example that I'm going to join an XYZ company. Now before I join that company, I have that right that I can ask the management that if I'm going to work for your company, what actions you are going to take for my safety? What are you going to do for my safety? This is my right to ask. This is the first right. Second right is that he should be provided necessary training on health and safety. Now, for example, again, if I take an example of myself, I'm not properly trained. I don't know ABCD of safety at all. I am not aware of safety. It is my right. I should request the management that to provide me safety training. This is my second right. Third right is workers should be consulted on all matters of health and safety related to their work. Consultation means we will be discussing in coming third element. But consultation means a two-way dialogue. It's a two-way dialogue, means it is a discussion between the management and the workers. Presently, you take it like that, right? So consulted by employer on all matters of health and safety related to their work. Now, consulted on all matters means, for example, the company is going to introduce new safety rule. Before introducing their safety rule, they have to speak to the workers. They have to talk to the workers. That this is the new rule we are going to implement. What do you think? Take their suggestions, take their feedbacks. So this is called as consultation. So consulted by employer on all matters of health and safety and health relating to their work. Then last but not the least is given the right to leave a workplace, that he has a reason to think, present an imminent and serious danger to his life or health, and not to be compelled to return until it is safe. Now, it's a big one. But to make you understand, I will give an example for this. Now, let's say that we are working in one company, one work site, or one building. Let's say we are working in one building. Now the whole building is on fire. Huge fire. What will you do?
We will call an emergency number.
You will call an emergency number then?
We will leave that place.
You will leave the place or you will wait for the instructions from your manager?
We try to escape.
No, we will leave.
We'll try
First
to,
of all, if you think that, if you wait for 5 seconds also, or few minutes or few seconds also, your life will be in danger.
Yes.
Immediately you have to evacuate that area. You should not wait for anyone's instruction. That is what it is saying. That is, it is the right of the worker to leave the workplace that he has a reason to think present an imminent and serious danger to his life or health. Now, let's say that as the building is on fire, huge fire, you have left the workplace. Now, the manager or your company people cannot call you saying that why you left the company. We did not instructed you to leave the company. Come back. No one can say you. No one can force you to come back. Until when? Until you think that you are safe. Until the worker thinks that if I go back to my work, there will not be any danger to my life or health. Till that time, no one can compel him to come back. So these are the rights of a worker here. So apart from responsibilities, workers do have rights. Right? So we'll stop it here today and we'll continue in the next class. So till now, what we have discussed in the first element. Do you have any doubts to clear in this? Anyone having any doubts to clear?
No.
Everything is clear?
Alhamdulillah.
So we started with definitions: health, safety, welfare. Health is like absence of disease. Safety means absence of risk of personal injuries. Then you have what you can say safety, what you can say welfare, access to basic facilities. Then we have discussed about what are the reasons why we should manage health and safety at workplace. Moral, legal, and financial reasons. Moral means humanity. Legal means law of land. Okay. And financial means money or cost.
Yes.
And then we have discussed the responsibilities of employer and worker. And we have discussed about the rights of a worker, right?
Yes.
So,
yes, sir.
Sure. Okay. So what I will do is, once my class is finished, hopefully I will be sending you the questions related to the topics which we have covered today. We have covered only 2-3 topics. So mostly I'll be sending you 2 or 3 questions. Okay.
Okay.
You have to answer it. You have to save it in your Word file. Okay. And I will in the Telegram channel also, once I post that question paper, I will provide you the email ID also. On that email ID, you have to mail. Okay. Right. You have to mail me on that email ID. By what time I said?
By 4 o'clock.
4 o'clock. And by 4 o'clock, all papers should be there. So why I'm telling you that? Because after that, I have to analyze your papers. I have to correct your papers, and I have to give feedbacks to you. For that reason, 4 o'clock, I'm giving you the time. By 4 o'clock, everyone should complete their answers and submit to me. I will send you that email ID also. Got it?
What about your Telegram channel? From where we will get the link?
Mr. Sanad, who is your course advisor?
Amir, I think. Amir, he sent me the link for this one.
He has sent you the Telegram channel link also.
No, he didn't send.
Okay.
No, he didn't send. Okay, I will check with him today.
Yeah.
What is time now in India?
It is 1 o'clock. So please don't call him now. Call him in the morning.
It's 1 o'clock afternoon or at night?
No,
1 o'clock night.
1 o'clock.
Okay.
So early morning you can call him.
All right.
Right.
So, okay, sir. Okay.
Mr. Sarad, now where you are?
I'm in Oman.
Jalil.
Okay.
No personal.
Okay.
Questions.
Thank you very much.
Right. So, or else I will provide you that to you in this Zoom chat. Let's see, I have it. If I have it, I will provide it to you. Those who are not there, you can use this link to join it. But before joining it, you have to have a Telegram channel downloaded in your mobile phone. Right?
Okay.
Okay, sir.
Have you got it, all of you?
Thank you, sir. You have teachers in well manner. We have understood in well manner, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay, right? So I repeat again, maintain your attendance, 100% should be there. And
Inshallah.
test have to be attempted by all of you.
Inshallah.
Your mock test answer papers by tomorrow, that is already tomorrow has started for me. So today by 4 p.m. I should receive all this, right?
Okay.
Okay, thank you so much. We'll see you in the next class.
Good night, Allah Hafiz.
Inshallah, sir.